and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going over the new YOUNGLA men's drop that is going to be live on July 30th. So this Wednesday at 12 p.m. PST, 2 p.m. CST, and 3 p.m. EST. So as always, have your calendars marked, your alarms set. I will of course be sharing a countdown over on my Instagram stories the day of launch, just in case you guys need a little extra reminder. You can turn on the notifications for that, and it will set off like a little reminder on your phone when the launch does go live. And y'all know the drill. Before we get too far into this try on haul, let's go ahead and go over my height, weight, and measurements. I am 5'8". I'm about 150 pounds. My measurements are 36, 29, 42. That is a bust waist hip ratio, and I will be sharing every single size I choose to get in every single item. And starting off strong with the new huge tees. I love these. They did do some huge tees back in the Superman drop, so if you got any of those, these are going to fit very similar to the huge tees that were in that drop. Now with the huge tees, they are a bit more oversized. They're kind of pre-oversized in the midsection and the arms specifically. So as far as length goes, these fit me the same length as all other 2XL t-shirts, but this is how a 2XL in the huge tee fits in like midsection, if that makes sense. Now, I do personally choose to get a size 2XL because I like my t-shirts to literally swallow me. However, if you do want these shirts to fit just like a typical oversized tee, go ahead and stay true to size 2, whatever you typically get in any t-shirt. In these huge tees, we are gonna get 4 different colorways. I am wearing the black tree camo colorway here, which is a new colorway that we're gonna see from YOUNGLA. This is the first time that they've ever done a black tree camo colorway. And then on the back of every single one of these tees, you are gonna get a huge YOUNGLA, just like really big across the shoulders in the back. Then we are also gonna get these in a black wash, a heather gray, and a white colorway as well. All right, and next up we have the new Carpenter sweats. I did happen to get these in 2 out of the 4 colorways that we are going to be getting. We are going to be getting this black wash colorway here that I have on a hanger. We are also gonna get these in an OG desert camo, which is what I have on here. But we are also gonna get these in a black tree camo as well as a heather gray colorway. And then I did choose to get both of these sweats in my typical size large. I will go over kind of sizing and everything here in just a second on the OG desert tan, but I did want to go ahead and show you guys up close all the detailing. If you've ever bought any of the Carpenter jeans in the past, you're gonna notice that the design of these sweats looks literally exactly like the jeans. You even get that little like looped piece on the edges that you typically get on the Carpenter sweats. I love these. They just look really, really cool for sweats. And bringing you guys down that way, I can show you how the larges fit on me. These are how the larges in the Carpenter sweats fit. I love these. They fit exactly like your typical sweats from YOUNGLA, so go ahead and stay true to size to whatever you typically get. I did also grab the black pair in a size large, so they're going to fit exactly the same as these ones here. And then as always, since I am 5'8", here is how the length is fitting on me. They personally fit me perfectly. However, if you are on the shorter side, always remember that you can roll the waistband once on the sweats and it will bring them up about 2 or 3 inches. So if you're on the shorter side, I want you to always keep that in mind. I will say with these sweats, since they do kind of have a lot of design going on the front, like the extra stitched in panels and all of that, they do kind of tend to sag a little bit more in the front than they typically do in the back, just because there's a little bit more weight in the front. The way that I combat this is honestly by tying up the drawstrings on the inside. Otherwise, they fit me perfectly fine. It's just if them hanging a little bit lower is a problem, I just suggest tying them up with the drawstring. If not, and you actually like whenever they kind of sit like right at like your hip bones, these are gonna fit just fine. And then I went ahead and threw on the black colorway for you guys just so you could see how the black looks. It's kind of like a black wash. I did also want to go over the material on the inside of these sweats. These are going to be more of like a terry material, so they're not going to be like a super soft cottony material, which means if you sweat in them, you're not going to get those little fuzzies all over the place. I personally prefer terry material sweats, especially if I'm going to wear them to the gym. So just keep that in mind that the inside material is going to be a terry material. All right, and next up we have the new Stellar long sleeves. I did choose to get these in a size 2XL, and I did choose to get 2 out of the 5 colorways that we're going to get in these. So I do have the black wash colorway on here, and I did also grab the heather gray and green tree camo colorway as well. Now on both of these, I did choose to get size 2XL, so this is how a size 2XL in the stellar long sleeve. It fits on me, but I did want to show you guys some of the paneling that does come on some of the other colorways of the stellar long sleeves. You are going to get some paneling. This also has the same stitch paneling, but it's only one solid color. So if you're not really a person that likes a lot going on as far as color schemes, you can go ahead and get the black colorway and you won't see the panels. They are stitched there, but they're not like super visible. However, all the other colorways are going to come with the typical stitched paneling that comes on any of the stellar tees, stellar long sleeves. And then we are also going to get some stellar cutoffs that I'll go over here in a second. We are going to get both the long sleeves and the cutoffs in a black wash colorway, heather gray and green tree camo colorway, a black and dark tree camo color, a black and white, and a dark tree and black camo colorway. And as always, just because I choose to get a ginormous size 2XL does not mean you also have to ginormously size up in these. If you want these to fit like your typical size tee, go ahead and stay true to size on these. All right, and then really quickly threw on one of these stellar cutoffs just so that you guys could see the difference between the long sleeves. We got the tees in the past, and then now we're also getting the cutoffs. The main difference with the cutoffs is that the edges, like on the sleeves, are going to be a raw cut edge, as well as the bottom of the shirt. So these are going to be a raw cut edge. However, I am noticing that since I have a size 2XL on here, these are not as cropped as your typical cutoffs from YOUNGLA. So these are going to actually be a full length cutoff. They are just going to have a little bit of a rolly, like raw cut edge on them. And again, this here is a size 2XL on me. I do choose to get it ridiculously oversized so that I can tuck and style it however I please. But as always, you can stay true to size and these are going to fit you the same way a typical cutoff from YOUNGLA would, except these are going to be just a little bit longer than your typical cropped ones. Adding on to some of the new stellar pieces, we are finally going to get some stellar sweats. Now with these, I did choose to stick to my typical size large. So this is how a size large is fitting on me. Love the way that these fit. These fit exactly the same as your typical sweats from YOUNGLA, so go ahead and stay true to size on these. And of course on these sweats, we are gonna get some drawstrings so you can tie them up if you need to. We are gonna get some striped panel detailing down the sides of both legs on these sweats, the same way that you get the paneling on the shirts. And then as far as material on these sweats, these are going to be a little bit more of a soft kind of terry material. They're not quite as rough as your typical terry material. They do kind of feel like a softer cottony type of terry material, not quite that full fuzzy cotton material that we get in winter sweats. As always, since I am 5'8", this is how the length is fitting on me. Absolutely perfect. And as always, remember, if you are on the shorter side, don't forget to just roll the waistband once. It will bring the sweats up about 2 or 3 inches. Now, in these sweats, I do have on the dark tree camo and black colorway. There is also going to be a black and dark tree camo colorway, so it's going to be a full pair of black sweats, and then the little paneling on the side is going to be in that same dark tree camo colorway. We're also going to get these in a full black wash, so if you're not a fan of the paneling, it's really going to be a black pair of sweats with black paneling down the side, so it's going to be a little more discreet. And then we are also going to get a black and white pair, so a black pair of sweats, white stripe down the side, goes perfectly with any of the stellar pieces that are black and white or white and black. And next up, we have the new Rambo cutoffs. I do have on the heather gray and navy colorway here, and I do have it in a size 2XL, so this is how a 2XL fits on me. As always, remember that you can stay true to size and these are going to fit you exactly the same as your typical cutoff will. And then with these cutoffs, we are also going to get them in a black and dark tree camo colorway, a gray and black colorway, an off-white and burgundy colorway, and a white and black colorway. And these cutoffs are going to have a raw cut edge on the sleeves only. The bottom of these is actually going to be stitched like your typical t-shirt. And again, I am noticing with the size 2XL, these aren't quite as cropped as your typical cutoff is, especially since it doesn't have a raw cut edge. You don't even risk anything kind of rolling to be a little bit shorter. So these are gonna fit regular length. They're not going to be cropped. I absolutely love that about these cutoffs. As always, if you are a girly pop like me that just prefers shirts to fit and feel more oversized, remember that you can just kind of tuck and style into the side of your shorts, into the top of like a corner of your sports bra, or you can even tuck it into the back to show off your glutes a little bit. You don't ever feel like you have to get the same size that I or another influencer tells you that they get. Get whatever size you feel most comfortable in and whatever you feel like you can dress up in style and just enjoy wearing the most. All right, and next up we have the new baggy basketball shorts. Now, I did choose to size down in these since they are a bit of a more baggy short, and I got a size medium. So this is how the medium in the basketball shorts fits on me. I honestly think if I had gotten a large, they would have been a little bit too baggy. These ones here are in the Desert Chantry colorway, and they do fit and feel a lot like your typical basketball shorts. So they are just a little bit on the longer side. I do kind of have mine hiked up. If I was to wear these just as low as my dudes, this is how it would fit. However, since I am a girly pop and I do like to wear mine just a little bit more high rise, they are fitting me a little bit shorter than they probably would on my guys. The dogs have yet joined us again, and so has Josh. But I did want to go ahead and show you guys on a male physique what the baggy basketball shorts look like. My husband is typically a size 2XL, and he chose to get a size 2XL in the shorts. So this is a medium on me for all of my girly pops. I'm gonna give Josh the mic now, and he's gonna tell you his 2 cents on these baggy basketball shorts.
I normally wear a 2XL, and these are like, I have so much room. If you want some, like, I use them to lounge around. I'm not going to the gym in these. These are not quite short enough for mama's standards.
You can kind of pick and choose what design and what pattern you want in these, but wanted to show you guys different versions of sizing. Wanted to give you a male model in a 2XL. I just wanted to give y'all a quick little look at the basketball baggy shorts.
Do a spin. There we go.
All right, and next up we have the new Venom jerseys. These are gonna come in 4 super cool colorways. I do have on the black tree camo colorway, which like I said earlier is that kind of new camo colorway that they're doing. I did choose to get the jersey in a size 2XL. This is typically what I get in jerseys. You can stay true to size to whatever you typically get in jerseys, and that's how it's gonna fit you, but this is a 2XL. On me. And then we are also gonna get these in a black colorway, a beige tree camo colorway, and a desert tan tree camo colorway as well. And then on all of these colorways, these are going to fit and feel just like your typical jersey from Young LA. So this is going to be an actual jersey material. They're very breathable, especially for the summer. And they are all gonna come with this kind of like V-neck stitching on the collar. They are gonna come with this Young LA logo on the front. They are all going to have the same snake design on the back of these, hence the name Venom jersey. All right, and next up, we have the new backbone tees, which is what I have on here. I do have this one in the black colorway. So the black colorway is a little bit more discreet than the other colorways, but I want to go ahead and show you guys all the little details that you get on these. But first, let's go ahead and go over the sizing. And y'all know the drill. I chose to get this again. You say it. Say it with me. In a size 2XL, because I am ridiculous. Now, keep in mind, if you want these to fit just like your typical size shirt from Young LA, go ahead and order your typical size. However, if you are like me and you want it to be oversized, go ahead and order a size or 3 up, you know? There's no stopping you. This is your world. I just live in it. Now on these shirts, we are gonna get this little Young LA logo on the left side, kind of where you would have like a pocket on a tee. And then on the back of all the colorways, we are gonna get this kind of like backbone design, kind of with wings on the side. I think it looks really, really cool. And like I said, the black is the most discreet of them all. The other 3 colorways, like the gray, purple, and teal colorway, are gonna show that like backbone and the Young LA just a little bit better than the black. However, I just had to go for my typical comfort color, which is black. And then on these tees in particular, we are gonna get some like distressed pieces on the edges of the sleeves, on the collar, and on the bottom of the tees as well. It just kind of has like a little bit of a distressed look to the edges, but I think it's cool because it goes with like the washed print of the shirt, if that makes sense. Right, now that is everything that I have on hand from this drop. However, they are also going to be releasing some OPS utility pants. We're gonna get these pants in a black, a dark tree camo, as well as a khaki colorway. Alrighty, my taters, that is everything that is going to be dropping on July 30th. So this Wednesday, I just had to put a little extra reminder out there. This little try on haul was helpful for you guys. As always, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop them down below in the comments, message me over on my Instagram, or message me over on my Snapchat. I am active on all those platforms and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. And as always, don't forget to use code TATER because it will save you 15% off of any Young LA or Young LA for her purchase, and it does help directly support me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have no idea how much it means to me. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Y'all mean the world to me. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you later, taters. We got the whole fam bam in the bloopers. Yay! Yay!
I kind of blend in with copper with these shorts.
Is copper camo?
It's copper camo.
Copper's camo. All right.
Yep, we're out.
Peace, love, blessings. We love you guys. Thank you for, Thank you for being here and going all the way to the bloopers.
Yes.
Yes, we love that.
It's good to see y'all. I don't know who you are. But it's good to see you.
They're taters.
Oh, hi. Hello.
We're done now. Love you guys. See you next time.
Yeah.